It's fresh starts for the Nottingham Panthers, includes a new CEO and Omar Pasha. And the next step in that journey is a new head coach, and that comes in the form of Gary Graham. Gary, welcome to the Nottingham Panthers.
Thanks, Dan, so much. I appreciate it. And look forward to meeting all those wonderful fans out there.
And Gary, now you're the head coach of the Nottingham Panthers. I guess the first question to ask is, what is it that drew you to the Nottingham Panthers?
Well, when I first talked to Omar, the excitement was I felt it. Obviously, the excitement that Omar's bringing to the organization and kind of the direction that they want to take the club. It's a fresh start, and whenever you can be a part of something that's really going to be fresh, and the history of the Nottingham Panthers and where they expect to be, and when Pash says that we want to be the gold standard of the league, I think that really drew me in, because I've been fortunate enough in my coaching career to be a part of some championships and be a part of some really good organizations from the top down. And when you're on that and you feel that, it's a neat thing. It's hard to say, because a lot of coaches they're not blessed to do that. And I feel very blessed to get a chance to work with a great ownership group and Pash. He's going to be a lot of fun to work with. And I think you see it already in his direction with the club and what he wants to do with the fan engagement and the product that we want to put not only on the ice, but off the ice. I think that's just as important as how we are in the community and what we do for our fellow neighbors.
And like I said at the start of this, it's all about fresh starts, and you said fresh starts then. This is a fresh start for the Nottingham Panthers. How appealing was it to come here where you can build something and, leave a legacy sort of thing? Because that's what this opportunity is.
It is, we won't get into players and stuff like that from last year's team. It's obviously we're moving forward here, but there will be a lot of new faces. There's no doubt about it. There's obviously a new face behind the bench. There's a new face, with Pash back there, and there's going to be a lot of new players this year that, the fans can expect that. But, we're going to work very hard to bring in the right people. I mean, we want them to be good hockey players, but even more important sometimes is to be good human beings and good people. We really want to represent the city well. We're going to have high expectations of our club. That's the way it should be. And we need to find the right players that are going to follow Pashy's footsteps, follow my footsteps.
And then you mentioned the excitement. It kind of got you going when you were talking to these guys. Was that what else did Omar use to get you over the line and sell you on the Panthers?
Well, I was looking at potentially staying back and doing junior hockey here. I had a lot of fun this past year working with younger players. It was something completely different for me from what I was used to doing for the previous 13 years. But really, this league and what Pash proposed to me is very exciting, because there's a lot of players from the ECHL, as you know, Dan, that have gone over there and had success. I've lost a lot of players to your league when I was coaching the Fort Wayne Comets. So, it reminds me of the league before we went to the ECHL in Fort Wayne. We were in something called the Central Hockey League. It's very similar, where, you get your older guys that kind of stay with the same club, for 3, 4, or 5 years. They become ingrained in the society, in the communities. And you kind of, have those staple, players that are for a certain team every year. And we want to find those next guys that are going to kind of be those guys for the Nottingham Panthers and that make the community proud. And of course, we want to find those young, hungry kids. That's what I really want. I want to find the young, hungry kids that want to come in here and do something special with us, and also be a part of their promotion. I think in the ECHL, it was very important to me to promote players up to the American League. And, I'm sure the fans know there's also some leagues in Europe that are, of course, leagues above us, and, if they come here and they do well, I would love to see them also get opportunities to move up the ladder and to go into other leagues. So, I believe that we can all rise up together. If the Nottingham Panthers do good, then Pash looks good. I look good. The players look good. We all look good. And that's how kind of everybody can rise up together. So, that's what we want to do, is we want to build something here that can actually be a sustainable model for years to come.
And you mentioned players, and we're not going to get into specifics, but you have had experience coaching a British player before. You've coached former Panther Brett Pellini. How excited are you to get in and see what those guys can offer, the British core sort of thing?
I talked to some of them today, and it was really exciting. You know, they're very enthusiastic. I got a couple more to talk to tomorrow. I have reached out to Pearls just for, not to say that we're going after him, but it's more about, kind of the league and getting his opinion on stuff. And he's a great human being and a heck of a hockey player too. So, and a friend. So, but no, I mean, we're excited. Some of the younger ones, especially, again, coming from the junior hockey model, I think really putting my hands on them and try to mold them and teach them the game of hockey, both with and without the puck, and doing the individual video sessions and staying on late after practice and doing the extra work is what these guys, they want, and talking to a couple of them today on the phone, they just want to have a coach that's going to be all in on their development process. And I think that's going to be really important. This year is really, for me, is to make sure that all the players know that I'm all in. I'm going to be there for them, the first one and last one out of the office, and make sure that they know that I'm going to be there. And I think that's what the fans expect and what ownership wants too.
And you mentioned players, like I said, we're not going to get into specific. What fans will want to know is, what is Gary Graham's coaching philosophy, and what does a Gary Graham ice hockey team look like?
Well, very exciting. I want to coach exciting hockey, and that's very, very fast in transition. We like to play with the puck. I think that your best defense is playing in the offensive zone. That's I think any coach would say that, but I really believe that the things that we really focus on is being quick to check, trying to make sure that we check teams very quickly. We take away time and space, which is even more important on the Olympic sheet. I feel that my 1 year in the VHL really helped me learn kind of what systems are better on the Olympic sheet compared to North America, because there are some differences, and we will play different than I coached in the ECHL and in the USHL. So there's some different strategies that you must employ. But I can tell you this: the fans expect a physical, in your face type of team that, we like to say, embrace the villain role. When we go on the road, I want teams to hate us. I want them to boo us. I want them to not like us one bit. And then when teams come into our home rink, I want them to fear playing in our rink. And I think our fan base, if they can get excited and rally around us, we need to make our rink very intimidating for opposing teams to come into. Because one thing, when I looked at the analytics from this past season, Dan, was we were not a good home ice team. And our fans deserve better than that. And, I'm going to hold myself extremely accountable to that, as well as our team, is that we need to make sure that we're ready to go when the puck drops on our home ice. Our fans deserve better.
And you talk about the fans deserve better, and that's true. One of the things the fans also like, the fans here are hungry for success. They've been starved of it for a while, because we won a trophy behind closed doors, but the fans haven't seen trophies and things in Nottingham for a long time. And I know that's a thirst you share with them.
Oh, for sure. I mean, when I talk to Pash, it's the last championship I was a part of was 10 years ago, and it's the same thing for Nottingham. So I thought that was kind of, ironic, you know what I mean? Exactly the exact same time. But, it's not easy to win trophies. I don't care what league it is and what your budgets are or whatever. There's a lot of things that needed to take place to win cups. And the teams that won this year, congratulations to all those teams. But this year was obviously not up to the standard of the Nottingham Panthers, and I think everybody can agree with that. And I just want to come in and play a small part of it, because at the end of the day, it's going to be the players. You know what I'm saying? And it's my job to find the right guys and stuff like that. But I say the wins are for the players and the losses are for the coach, and I truly believe that. And I put a lot of pressure on myself, to make sure that we have a great product on the ice, and more importantly, that a product that the fans can be very proud of. That's the one thing. I have a family, and the cost of living has gone up, and we know how expensive it is to take the family to a baseball game, to a football game, a soccer game, whatever it is, we want to make sure that they know when they leave our rink that they really got their money's worth, and our boys, fought to the very end every night.
One of the unique things about the Elite League is that the main trophy over here is that league championship. Is the playoffs? It's a nice trophy to win. The Challenge Cup's nice to win, but it is about that league trophy. And like you say, last time Nottingham won that was 2012-13. That was the first time in 50 odd something years that they won that trophy. It's been another drought since then. Mm-hmm. Have you got your head around what that challenge is going to be like yet? Because it's very different to what you've experienced in North America.
It is, the only thing I would say though is the team that I was, coaching for 10 years, the expectation was to be in first every year. And so you had to, to get home ice advantage, right? So the team that I coached, we led the league in attendance every year. That was the one thing about Fort Wayne. So the pressure to win was real and very palpable. So I'm very used to that. I think Pash understands that because he knows the Fort Wayne Common organization that I kind of was groomed in for 10 years. And there, I think that'll help me for this opportunity. But every game, I think for a coach, it is going to be different because we talk about the playoffs over here, right? And the fact that you can have some ups and downs during the season and still know that as long as you're playing your best hockey at the back end of the season, you have a chance in the playoffs. You can't really have that mindset, when every game is an important one. So I think it's going to be a challenge for me to I don't want to burn the guys out and put too much pressure on them because I can be a very demanding coach. So I think that'll be a challenge for me, is finding the happy medium with my guys, is making sure they understand the importance of the wins, especially early in the season, so we don't get far behind. But also, I don't want my guys playing tight. That's a fine line. Guys, your skill guys, you don't want to put too much pressure on them. They're not going to play good for you if you put too much pressure on them. So I'm a guy that likes to keep it loose. I want the workplace to be fun. You're going to find that out about me. I think from the front office to the trainers, to the equipment guy, to the staff, we want to make coming to work fun every day. I think it's a long season, and you have to find that happy place of obviously managing, those type of results that you're looking for.
And then obviously the coaching side of things will come. You'll be making plans before August, September, when training camp gets underway. Before that, you've got to get your teeth into recruitment. And I know that's the side of things you're really looking forward to.
Yeah, the phone was buzzing today. It's been buzzing nonstop. I used to get agents used to always tell me, nobody works the phones like you, Gary, because I'm just relentless with it. And my wife just thinks I just need to throw the thing into the river sometimes. But some of my best players I've ever signed has come on family vacation. I remember being at Disney World signing one of my best players at the Winnie Pooh line, and then there's background music going on. And, the player's name was Matt Bastilli, and I'll never forget it. Like, there's background music going on. I'm recruiting, and I ended up signing the kid. I got off the phone. I'm like, he didn't really mind the background Winnie the Pooh music. Like, I told him I was with family vacation. So, you have to do whatever it takes, as a coach. It really is a 24/7 job. And especially with what Pash and I are talking about doing, I think there could be a decent amount of turnover with the roster. And that's not a knock on the last year's team. It's not, but it's a new direction that we're going to go, and there will be some returners, but there's a lot of work that needs to be done, Dan.
And then I know one thing that's very important to Omar and very important to you is getting involved in the community and in getting re-engaging a fan base that wants to be fired up. They want something to get excited about.
I can't stress to you how important that is, and how much I'm looking forward to getting out there and into the local restaurants and pubs and schools and anywhere that is around the rink in the community, and introducing myself and making sure people know how committed we are to trying to get this thing back to the glory days of what Nottingham was. I mean, I want to see that rink packed. And we got to do whatever it takes to get out there in the community. And, I want to find players that like to do that stuff too. I mean, some guys don't like doing that stuff. I'm not interested in signing that player. I mean, I really, it's one of my questionnaires, on my questionnaire I give to players, Dan, is, do you like to be involved in the community? I mean, we look for players literally that have won humanitarian awards, in college or in junior hockey. Those are types of things that don't show up on an elite prospects, but are just as important to me, at least.
And then I know from talking to you in this, I'm pretty fired up about you coming to Nottingham. I'm ready for the season to start tomorrow now. I'm sure the fans
Can you
are.
play hockey, Dan?
No, I just look like I can. I can't play.
Okay.
No, I'm pretty sure from speaking to Omar, he's fired up. I can't imagine how you feel now that you're on that. You've signed that dotted line, and the journey begins now.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited. The phone's working, I'm reaching out to players and agents, and we're starting to get kind of our vision, and it gets exciting when you're getting close to signing a guy. And, it is a journey. I mean, it's very unique from this lens that I'm in, because here I am in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and you can see I'm sitting in my kitchen right now, but this team that the Nottingham fans are going to see is being constructed in this house in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and that's where it's getting constructed at. And it's going to be a heck of a team. It's going to be an entertaining team to watch, and something that the fans in the city can be very proud of, as well as the sponsors.
And I'm just going to mention, you mentioned the fans. I'm just going to ask one more question then. You've talked to Brett Blean, you've talked to former players who have played in Nottingham, who we took from Fort Wayne. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
What have they told you about the building when it's rocking? Because there's really nothing like Nottingham when it gets going, but unfortunately, they've not had much to get them going in recent years.
Well, he said it's an unreal place to play. Unreal facilities. I mean, spoke very highly of everything. And everybody that I've talked to about Nottingham has said the same thing. So we understand. Everybody understands, especially obviously the fans that are watching this, right, of what it can be. Our job is to now put those words into action and make sure, from an organizational standpoint, that we do everything we can to really re-engage the community, re-engage maybe the local TV stations, radio stations, newspapers, try to get out there more and put our faces out there more in the community, and really show that we're all in on the city and community of Nottingham, because that's what we want to do. I mean, I love getting the players into schools and reading books and playing floor hockey and doing different things out in the community and stuff like that. So, I look forward to working with Passion, seeing, and probably you're going to be a huge help with that too, is working those contacts and trying to find even new ones, to try to build even, not only build on our existing fan base, but find new hockey fans, right? That's what you're always trying to do. That's what makes it so exciting in this business, is trying to get somebody that doesn't like hockey engaged in hockey, and then create a lifelong fan. That's a neat experience if you can do that.
And then to wrap this up, you're excited. I'm excited. The Panthers fans are going to be excited. What would your message to them be at this point right now? Because we're going to talk a lot throughout the summer when you recruit guys. We're going to talk about the signings and things like that. But as of this moment right now, what would your message to them be?
Well, I think, for all the fans out there, the passion behind what's going on behind closed doors is real. It's a very real thing. And you have two very passionate guys in Omar and myself that are really on a mission to make this thing the new gold standard of the league. And those aren't empty promises. That's just reality. And we're going to do whatever it takes and however long it takes to make it happen. So, cheers to all you fans out there. We appreciate your support. Obviously I'm sure season tickets will start, getting up there quickly for sale and stuff like that. We appreciate everybody coming out there early and supporting us, but just know that it is going to be an exciting brand of hockey. And I can tell you, we're going to be a physical, mean, in your face, energetic team. We're going to make Nottingham hockey a very exciting hot ticket in town.
Right. Thanks for your time, Gary, and we'll see you very soon.
All right. Thanks, Dan. Cheers.